Presented by listenheadlines.com. Latest world news from trusted sources.
Mirror World News.
July 1st, 4:37 America, New York. Brit vandal who scrawled on walls of 2,000-year-old Colosseum begs for forgiveness. The British tourist Ivan Dimitrov, 27, went viral when he was caught on camera scratching his name and that of his girlfriend into the 2,000-year-old Colosseum in Rome.
Mirror World News.
July 1st, 3:51 America, New York. France riots. Angry dad drags his son into car to take him home during chaos. French police have been on the front lines of a grueling running battle with rioters setting the streets of Paris ablaze in protest against the killing of 17-year-old Nahel M.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines. Sky News.
July 1st, 2:37 America, New York. At least 51 dead after truck crashes into market traders in Kenya. At least 51 people have died after a truck rammed into market traders and several other vehicles in western Kenya.
Washington Post World.
July 1st, 2 o'clock America, New York. How climate change inflames extremist insurgency in Africa. Declining harvests and dwindling fish hauls make Boko Haram appealing for young men in the Lake Chad region.
Washington Post World.
July 1st, 1:44 America, New York. Ukraine live briefing. U.S. moles sending Kyiv cluster bombs. Possible new Wagner camp seen in Belarus. While the U.S. says Ukraine has an increasing need for the munitions, Washington has concerns about the optics and potential long-term harm for civilians.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines. Sky News.
July 1st, 1:41 America, New York. Ex-Brazil president barred from running for office until 2030. Brazil's former president Jair Bolsonaro has been barred from public office until 2030 after a panel of judges concluded he abused power and cast unfounded doubts on the country's electronic voting system. Brazil and AMP. Number 39. Former president Jair Bolsonaro.
Wall Street Journal World News.
July 1st, 1:18 America, New York. ESPN cut about 20 on-screen commentators, including longtime basketball anchor Jeff Van Gundy. ESPN cut about 20 on-screen commentators, including longtime basketball anchor Jeff Van Gundy.
Wall Street Journal World News. July 1st, 1:18 America, New York. Apple became the world's first corporation to close with a market value exceeding $3 trillion. Apple became the world's first corporation to close with a market value exceeding $3 trillion. Wall Street Journal World News.
July 1st, 1:18 America, New York. Any number of things could have derailed markets in the first half of the year, but investors kept buying risky assets anyway. Stocks burst out of a bear market, Bitcoin surged and bonds enjoyed some reprieve, too. Any number of things could have derailed markets in the first half of the year, but investors kept buying risky assets anyway. Stocks burst out of a bear market, Bitcoin surged and bonds enjoyed some reprieve, too. Mirror World News.
July 1st, 1:01 America, New York. Paris riots. Hundreds of arrests as Macron resists calls to declare state of emergency. Firefighters in the Parisian suburb of Nanterre, where the shooting occurred Tuesday, extinguished blazes set by protesters that left scorched remains of cars strewn across the streets.
Washington Post World.
July 1st, 1 o'clock America, New York. Settler violence in Israel opens a new split in Netanyahu's government. The recent spate of settler attacks on Palestinian villages in the West Bank is deepening fissures in Israel's right-wing government.